Move on to item 15, which is a resolution recognizing November as National Adoption Month in San Luis Obispo County. And if somebody could let the small people that are outside the door, they can come on back in. This is the moment they of all the small people have been waiting for. So I'd like, if I could, to Stasia Burton and Linda Belch to come forward to the podium. And if you want, you can bring them on down here. That breaks up the seat so they can run around. Supervisor Paulding will be doing the honors today.
Thank you, Chair, and I'm proud to do the honors. Whereas the County of San Luis Obispo recognizes the importance of providing children safe, healthy, and loving homes in which they may become a permanent part of a family through adoption. And whereas there are more than 120,000 children in the United States adopted annually, and whereas more than 5,500 children in California are adopted annually, and whereas 25 children in San Luis Obispo County will be adopted by the end of this year, and whereas to help these children have permanent, loving families and to support the families that provide these homes, the County of San Luis Obispo Department of Social Services is acknowledging National Adoption Month to raise awareness about the need for adoptive homes for local children and join other organizations to celebrate adoptive families in our community. And whereas this effort, along with similar celebrations in all 50 states and the District of Columbia, will offer children the chance to live with loving, healthy, permanent families when they cannot live with their birth families, and encourage other dedicated individuals to make a powerful difference in the lives of a child through adoption. Now, therefore, be it resolved and ordered that the Board of Supervisors of the County of San Luis Obispo, State of California, does hereby proclaim November as National Adoption Month in the County of San Luis Obispo, and in so doing, urge all citizens to join in a national effort to raise awareness about the importance of adoption.
Good morning. My name is Stasia Burton, and I'm the supervisor for the adoption unit of San Luis Obispo County. Thank you for allowing us to share today. In a moment, we will have two of our wonderful adoptive families present their stories. But before that, we want to let you know that this past year, societal changes are making an impact on child welfare services and the children who come into care. Looking back over the last several years, fewer children are coming into foster care. In 2020, 289 children came into care compared to 2022, when 190 entered foster care. Today, we have 212 children in foster care instead of 300 in 2019. In San Luis Obispo County, we have 212 kids ages 0 to 18 who need a loving home to call their own. Children who are excited to go trick-or-treating for Halloween, enjoy going to the park to play with a friend or going to the beach to put their toes in the sand. These children deserve to have a family who will show up for them and cheer them on at their basketball games. Many people might believe that foster parents possess some special talent or powers, but the reality is that they just have a hope and an open heart to meet children where they are at and a willingness to walk alongside them through their journey called life. We are grateful that by the end of December, we will have 25 children who can close their cases with child welfare services and move on in their lives with their respective adoptive families. Even more exciting is that 5 of those were children over the age of 12, which represents the highest cohort of children 11 to 18 in care, ones for whom we especially need committed foster and adoptive parents. These success stories could not be achieved without our wonderful foster and adoptive parents, because they are the reason our children have warm and cozy homes with family who support them and help them become the best versions of themselves. Our partners in the community, like Family Connections Christian Adoptions, Seneca Family Agency of Services, Family Care Network, CASA, County Council, and Behavioral Health Services, also help us advocate and support our families. This important work could not be done without them, and we appreciate their time, attention, and commitment to helping our families thrive with the children who are placed in their home. Now, as we look back on what we've accomplished this past year, it is also important to remember that we are in desperate need of new resource families to care for youth of all ages. If you or someone you know would be interested in learning more about becoming a resource family or eventually an adoptive parent, please visit our website at www.slowfostercare.com or call the Resource Family Approval Number at 805-781-1705. Next, without further ado, I would like to introduce two of our wonderful adoptive families. First, the Pick family, who have 3 biological sons and 2 daughters that they have or are in the process of adopting, followed by the Jorgensen family, who adopted 15-year-old Jasmine, who exudes a ray of positivity and light wherever she goes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I just want to say thank you to everyone taking the time today to recognize adoption in our community. I think I last read there's 250 kids that don't have a home right now, and that's about a little less than 1% of our county. I mean, that's a staggering number, that in a county of such influence, affluence that we have, we could do better as a community to make sure we capture these kids and that they have a home. So I really would like to just thank really the Department of Social Services, starting in foster care, then moving through the adoption process. And by the way, this is Aziza, and this is Zora. So, and they are biological sisters, and we were blessed with Aziza in foster care first. We were a resource family, and then she became ours. And we're on track for Zora to become ours too. But I really just would like to highlight the work that the Department of Social Services do. The social workers, I mean, God bless them. They work so hard, and it's kids from hard places. The stories they have to endure, I mean, they're the heart and soul of this whole system. So I think it's really important to recognize them. So thank you, everyone, for making this month National Adoption Month. Thank you.
Good morning, supervisors and staff. Thank you so much for inviting us to speak today. My husband Ken wanted to be here, but unfortunately he's home recovering from a recent surgery. We both wanted to express our sincere appreciation regarding this resolution. It demonstrates that you see the value and importance of adoption in our community. Personally, it is difficult to express just how much joy and richness adopting Jasmine has added to our family. The funny thing is that we didn't even know we were missing anything until she joined us. Some people are afraid of adopting an older child, but she has been a true blessing to us. Jasmine has been able to teach us about her roots and her culture in ways that younger children would not be able to. She is our 4th adopted child, and the experience of adopting in this county in particular has been so much smoother in comparison to our previous adoptions. Rochelle, Mary Beth, Flora from Social Services, and our CASA worker Paula have all provided so much support to us throughout this whole process. And we would just like to encourage anyone considering adoption to start the process and just do it. It is life-changing for both you and the child. Thank you.
This is nervous. I would like to say thank you so much for Social Services, because I wouldn't have met Aaron or just providing me a safe home, and I didn't think I'd find one, and it just makes me feel like safe and welcome, and I've improved in school and on track of what I want to do in life. And I also thank Rochelle, because she's helped me through a lot, and this process wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for her. So I just wanted to say thank you.
We also have a short video to share with the presentation. Thank you, Frankie, for going ahead and playing that for us. Every child deserves a place to belong, a home, a family, and a community that cares for them. We here at the Department of Social Services understand the importance of providing that to the nearly 300 children, youth, and teens in the foster care system. While we as an agency strive to reunify children with their biological families, there are instances when that is not possible and parental rights are terminated. It is then the champions of our community who step up as foster adoptive families change the lives of children in crisis. November is National Adoption Month, and we wish to honor and celebrate all of our adoptive families who have opened their hearts and their homes and have expanded their families.
Well, I met Jasmine through my work and completely fell in love with her. Even when I wasn't working with her anymore, I just couldn't stop thinking about her and her situation, and so we kept in touch, and I was able somehow to convince Ken to come and go out to dinner with us, and I knew as soon as he met her that it was going to be a done deal.
Well, our personal journey has been really smooth. I feel like from the get-go, once we said yes, we just followed the process.
Knowing that there's about 400,000 kids in foster care on any given year, and 100,000 of those kids will never be placed or be reunited with their family, leaves a lot of kids that need a home. It just felt like it was some way where we can kind of help solve a problem. When we first started this process, if I would talk to somebody about being a resource family, then potential adoption, I'd say about 90% of the people we talked to, it was something negative. They were like, oh, my cousin did that, it's bad, or you know, it can disrupt your family, or it could cause all these problems. It wasn't like that at all. And I would just say, don't believe that, because it can be a beautiful, loving, amazing process.
Working with the SLO County adoption process, having done it with Fresno County, we were so pleased and happy with the way that the process worked. We felt like everybody was caring. We've got great training from classes. We were able to, meet, Rochelle and a lot of the key players that were a part of Jasmine's journey. I thought it was a fantastic program. They made it very, very easy and a very seamless process.
This has been nothing but a wonderful, beautiful miracle in our family.
I think our experience, and Jasmine is our fourth child that we've adopted, and the experience has really been generally very positive all the way around. I know other people have had some tough experiences, but really, I think if you can go into it, especially if you're a husband and wife team or a married couple, going into it being on the same page, and really just providing, a lot of love along with firm boundaries. I mean, I think that has worked well for us.
When you start foster care and then you go through the adoption process and you eventually adopt, there's so many people that you meet when they learn that say, oh, we thought about doing that. We were gonna do that. So my advice would be, just do it. Say yes. Open your hearts, open your home. You don't know what kind of miracle is around the corner.
I'd say don't get stuck on age. Don't get stuck on, how a kid's supposed to look or be or whatnot. I would say jump in, enjoy the experience.
The day that we were going to tell Jasmine that we wanted to adopt her, so her therapist had kind of set it up where Jasmine was expecting a different family, and she was expecting to meet this family for the first time, and she had known Kenny and I for a while at that point. And she read a letter out loud to us, basically saying what she wanted in a family. And then she ended that letter by saying, but I really wish it was the two of you. And we told her at that point that we were the family, that we wanted to adopt her. And yeah, there was tears all around.
Our one son, Zeke, said the best decision we ever made was saying yes to bringing in our now sister. So I thought, she wasn't quite adopted yet, but we knew it was there. It was just a matter of time. And that was just really touching for me. I know I felt emotional because he just said, that's the best yes we've ever made. So, and it is the best yes we've ever made, for sure.
Completely life-changing, honestly. I can't imagine like a life without my sisters now that they're in our life, and so I didn't really expect to feel so much love and acceptance like right away. And once I saw my sisters, like I knew right away that they were going to be a part of our family, and I just felt so much love for them right away. So it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, beyond it being life-changing, I think the integration of them coming into our home was just beautiful in itself. I mean, they arrived one day, and then an hour later, I felt that they were a part of the family. I literally could not imagine then and now them not being a part of the family, and I just can't wait for what the future holds, seeing them grow up and growing up along with them. It's amazing.
I think it's been really life-changing. It's also made me a lot less selfish. Like, I've seen like what it could have been like, and I couldn't imagine it without them.
I love this family, and they're amazing people. I didn't think I'd be sitting here. Who knew? I could have been in another home, probably wondering like, oh, maybe I'm gonna go back with my mom. You just never know.
We thank all of our adoptive families who have said the most meaningful yes to kids in our community. There is still great need for more foster and adoptive families. To learn more, visit slowfostercare.com.
Thank you, Linda Belch, Department of Social Services. I just want to thank you, supervisors, and everyone who came here today to help us acknowledge these wonderful families and children. It just touches my heart every year to be able to share this, and as we've shared, our greatest need right now is for more homes, particularly for children who are age 12 and above. If anyone is interested in joining us in this journey and opening your home to someone in need, please reach out to us, and we'd love to talk you through that and support you every step of the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is there any additional public comment on this item from anybody else? Okay. We're going to go ahead and close public comment. We're going to bring it back to the board. Supervisor Ortiz-Legg.
I really don't have very many words other than everybody saw, you felt, you really were impressed by the words that you did share in regards to the journeys that you've had and the difference it's made in your lives as well as the children, and that it's the fact that so much has evolved in this process, and that the need is still there, and yet we have the ability to do it in a much better way than maybe it had been done in the past, and that we have a fantastic team supporting these families. And I'm so moved by how gorgeous these families are and the efforts that you've made for these children. So thank you.
Supervisor Gibson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. When we do this resolution every year, I'm struck that adoption is the most extraordinary act of love, and I'm greatly heartened and more optimistic than usual for the future of the human race to know you folks are out there doing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Supervisor Arnold?
Yep, and I just want to say thank you to the adoptive parents that are here, these precious children, and wish you just a lifetime of happiness with your adoptive families and your biological families and the blending you've done there. Thank you.
Supervisor Paulding.
Thank you for being here. I know you're really busy, but hopefully folks watching from home or anybody here, saw that you're here and heard the stories. And thanks to Jeanette and our public information team for putting the video together too, because telling those stories might motivate people to do what you've done. And it truly is heroic. And just want to express my gratitude for what you're doing. And to, of course, our Department of Social Services staff for all the work that you do. Thank you.
And I too will add in thank you for bringing your kids here, because it actually makes the day a very powerful day, because it sees you see the results of this program here in San Luis Obispo County. So thank you, and best of luck to the families. With that.